What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. The boys are back from another break, man. Some of us had to go down south for a few days just to check out some scenery, man. But we back just in time, man. We know what's going on. Football's getting back in session. And for today's episode, we're gonna talk about some college football. The AP post has dropped, the matches has been set. We got a lot of storylines to cover. But before we get into that, first of all, shout out to my boy C Note. What's good with you, man?
What's going on with it, y'all? We back. We took a little break. We got fed. We looking good. We're gonna make this money. Y'all know how we do.
Then of course we got now one of those finest representing for them LSU Tigers. We got my boy BT. What's good with you, man? That man just aura farming right now, y'all. It's all good.
He gonna pop back in.
Exactly. And then of course, exactly. And then of course we got my man, the biggest plug in Charlotte, my boy T. What's good with you, man?
Physically, I'm here. Mentally, I'm still in Rio, dog.
I don't blame you, son. I don't blame you, son. It was definitely hard to leave, man. Definitely a good time, Rio. For those that don't know, man, come to the Sad Podcast page. Check out the new reel that we just released. Me and my boy T. We was out there in Rio de Janeiro for him birthday celebration. For me, a little pre-birthday celebration. Check out our pages. Check out all the content. Don't miss out on that, man. But yeah, this is one of the few. This is actually one of the few sports where we just not going to be aligned right now. We ain't going to be cheering for each other. This gets personal out here. This college football season, man. Whole lot of rivalries, whole lot of smack talk in the chats. So you already know we're going to be coming with that heat when it comes to this college football season. And some of us already are lined up to play each other down the road. So it's going to be an interesting season, man. But yeah, let's just start it off. So T, I know you got the polls up, man. Let's tell the listeners like who's in that top 10 right now, man. Shout out to my boy Archtavius.
That's why I said I like these polls.
Okay.
I'm not buying James Franklin, Drew Aller, but all right, man. We got Ohio State, number 3, big games. Kick off the season next Saturday against Texas and Columbus. A noon kickoff, which I don't understand why that's on a primetime game, but that's up to the TV networks. We have Clemson at number 4. But whatever. We got Georgia at 5, Notre Dame at 6, Dave's favorite team, Oregon at 7. We got Alabama at 8, LSU at 9, and around out the top 10, we have the Miami Hurricanes. And then some other interesting nuggets. We got Michigan at 14. We have South Carolina at 13. They have high expectations, but I don't know if they're going to live up to the hype.
Yeah.
We have a top 25 matchup this Saturday. We have Kansas State at 17 versus Iowa State at 22 over there in Ireland to kick off the season. One of those group of 5 teams to watch out for, Boise State, is in the top 25 at 25. So pretty much a lot of Big Ten, SEC, a couple of Big 12 teams, a couple of ACC teams in here. So, nothing really surprising to me except that Penn State is at number 2, and they haven't beaten Ohio State in forever, and they just don't get the job done.
That's the part that surprises me too, because, and of course, not only Archtavius Manning, but the QB at Penn State too. He's also got a hype machine behind him as well. This just seems like Will Levis Project 4.0 once again. And then my question is, there hasn't been not one Penn State quarterback that done decent in the NFL, and they all the same type of quarterback. They just like middle of the pack, sometimes athletic, most of the time not athletic. They don't really get the job done. Like they really need a stacked team in order to perform, and they still get smoked by teams like Michigan, teams like Ohio State, sometimes even Michigan State. So.
You know who Drew Aller is, bro?
What's
And they go
up?
to mid-ass Christian Hackenberg, bro. Yeah, I took it back for y'all, man.
Nah, that's a real one right there. Hey, yo. But it's the same. It's the same thing though. So I'm really surprised they have them as the best Big Ten team coming out in the preseason polls. I don't think Ohio. I know Ohio State lost a lot of players to the draft, but we all know between recruiting and transfer portal that they're a team that's not quite about using that NIL to bring in talent. They brought in another quarterback this year to kind of lead the charge. So, uh, and you pretty much probably got the best wide receiver, and then maybe even like top 5 player in the whole country, and Smith. So I just don't understand how Penn State would jump them, especially they lost some key players like Abdul Carter to the draft. So I mean, it's going to be interesting. Maybe later in this episode we can pull up the schedule to see who they playing because we know how things go. Some of these teams really be ducking some of the smoke early on in the season.
I pulled it right now. Penn State schedule is atrocious. Their non-conference schedule.
T said, "I got time to hate, bro."
I'll pull up Ohio State.
Well, Ohio State
Penn
got
State
Texas,
plays.
so that's already
Yeah,
respectable to me already.
Yeah.
Penn State plays Nevada, Florida International, and Villanova in their non-conference.
So they playing
Yeah.
hoop schools.
Yeah.
They playing hoop schools.
Hey, I'm gonna be real. After Texas, Ohio State is ugly. Grambling State, Ohio, Washington, Minnesota, Illinois, Wisconsin. Then they got Penn State.
And then they got to play Michigan.
That's the last game of the season.
Yeah, but that's still more respectable. It's because you playing the number 1 team out the gate.
Yeah.
So I give it. So if you're a ranked team and you playing like respectable competition within your first 2 weeks, I give you a lot of respect because
Yeah.
a lot of teams like to have that tune up game, give their players some confidence, especially when you bring in new quarterback, new coaches, new wide receiver, defensive room. Like you kind of want that get up game to kind of like test yourself before you get into like a key matchup. But so I respect what Ohio State doing. Penn State, they playing like a team that they know they shouldn't be number 2 overall. Like so, that's
So,
just that's
Find
how
out
I see
about
it.
Penn State until September 27th. They play Oregon at home,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that at UCLA. Then they play Iowa. Then at Ohio State, and then after Ohio State, they play Indiana, who's ranked right now, but I don't know if Indiana's gonna be ranked.
By
Going
that
forward.
time,
I know that we brought up
Mm.
Michigan a little bit ago. What's y'all take on this whole situation that they got going on after Harbaugh and left?
I mean, we knew what was up.
I mean, we knew it was coming, but how do you guys feel like they're gonna fare dealing with all of this shit?
I mean, they got Bryce Underwood, man, the number
Mm-hmm.
1 quarterback, so it'll be all right, bro. They're going to give him some weapons. I don't know how they O-line looking, but I think with Bryce, they're going to be all right.
Yeah,
Top 25, all right? I don't know, but it should still make some noise in there.
Michigan ranked 14.
Yeah.
They play Oklahoma second week of the season on the road.
Ooh.
Oklahoma, you want to talk about coach on the hot seat? Brent Venables is on the hot seat.
yeah,
That'll be an interesting game because Oklahoma is one of those teams that should never join the SEC because you go from being a powerhouse in the Big 12 to just another SEC team.
Mm-hmm.
But they
And
got
then
that they got that quarterback from Washington, I think. He pretty nice, man. I think his name is John Maytier or something like that, but he nice.
Yeah.
after Michigan plays Oklahoma, and this schedule is atrocious, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. You play Nebraska on the road, borderline decent team, but middle of the pack Big Ten team. They play at USC. USC's They play Washington and they play at Michigan State. So really, as of today, the only ranked teams on Michigan's schedule is at Oklahoma and then Ohio State at the end of the year. That's it.
Is that
They'll win
UCLA
9
game? Is it a
games.
home game?
Huh?
Is that UCLA game a home game for them?
Michigan, they don't play UCLA. They play USC.
Oh, I thought you said UCLA.
That's a road game. It's at USC, but
Corey
could be a-
Chauncey, which West Coast team going to the big house in November? In November.
Oh, shit. Like, damn, y'all did them dirty already.
Nah, the Bama's from the West Coast find out about that early. USC came to Maryland. We got them out the paint, bro. They was like, so that East Coast time different, bro. You pretty much acting like you playing at 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, son. That shit different.
Yeah, man. These Big Ten schedules are atrocious, though, bro. I ain't
But we
gonna
know,
lie, man.
but we know why, because they can't be the same like the SEC where they could come in with like 2 to 3 losses and still get that respectability because they're not going to see like a stretch of 5 ranked opponents in a row like the SEC you could possibly see in the SEC. So they trying their best way to get as many teams into the playoffs as possible. But it hurts them because that leaves them with little margin of error. Like Ohio State, depending how their games goes against Texas and another ranked team, they can probably scave in with 2 losses just because of repetition. Because we all know when it all comes down to it, the next word's going to be like, "Nah, this kid's going to be a future top 5 pick. We got to make sure he on TV." So that's how that's going to go. But if you're a team like Oregon, Penn State, like you got to make sure at most, like your 2 L's better be like off of game losing field goal, or don't get smacked in none of those ranked games, especially when you because they will try because they almost tried with Alabama last year. They will try to put like a 3-loss team over you, and they felt like your strength of schedule is weak as hell. So we just giving y'all some fair warning. We just giving y'all some fair.
Yeah, I'm looking at Oregon. Like Oregon's non-conference is horrible, man. They
Mm-hmm.
have Oklahoma State. I don't know how good. I don't think Oklahoma State's any good. They played Montana State, Oregon State.
Definitely.
You know, a rival game. But then,
Yeah,
they have the Penn State game. Then they play Indiana at home, is currently ranked. And after that, there's no other ranked team on their schedule. So I mean, this is just
Damn.
Scheduling is just terrible
Yeah, they
altogether
set
with
them up
all of
nice.
these. Yeah, all of
mm,
these changes.
a lot of these Big Ten teams are set up pretty well to go far. From what I'm looking
mm,
like. Uh, but let's talk about number one team currently, the Texas Longhorns. They open up on the road at Ohio State, and then breaking down their schedule. They have a couple tune-up games after they play
mm-hmm,
Ohio State, and then they go on the road to Florida.
mm,
Much as we all hate Florida, we can't deny that that's a hard place to play.
yeah,
And then after Florida, they play Oklahoma in a rivalry game,
mm-hmm,
and then they have a couple like Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. But then in middle of November, they play at Georgia.
oh, we gonna find out about Archtavius early then. That's a good set. That's setup. That's a good setup for him. Then we gonna
Yep.
find
And
out.
then they have
Joe
Arkansas.
Kennedy
Arkansas is
beat
one of those teams
Michigan.
that even when they're not ranked, you can't sleep on Arkansas. They always going to play that one game a year where they're going to scare a
Ar-
team and compete versus a team they have no business
yeah,
competing against.
yeah. Arkansas gets like all the resident of like all the recruiting battles that like if you like they get all the resident of like Alabama players, people from New Orleans, Florida. Like they get like
Yeah,
athletes that are maybe on paper didn't rank as good as them. Like they didn't get 5-star, 4-star, 3 stars, whatever. But you get them the right type of coaching. That's still an SEC country. Like so
Mhm.
especially you gotta play them in Arkansas. You gotta put respect on them. You gotta beat Arkansas. Arkansas is not really gonna beat themselves.
Yeah, they got
Yep.
the quarterback Skyler. I think Skyler Green. He nice, like 6 foot
Mm,
4. He good, can throw, can run. So yeah, you can't never sleep on Arkansas. They always pretty good.
But yeah, if Texas can either split those Georgia and Ohio State matches on the road, they're in good shape to be the
yeah.
number one seed. Though
That
Florida,
Georgia game, my bad, Curry, but that Georgia game is going to be the one I'm really looking forward to because after what Georgia did to Texas last year, and they
yeah.
pretty much dismantled both QBs, Ewers and Manning last year, I want to see how Texas and Arch Manning comes back from that from last year because that was pretty much like their welcome to the SEC moment right there.
Yeah, that's one of those games that you got to watch tape for. Like you have to overly prepare for that defense because we know what Georgia's defense is all about. It's literally the same way every year.
NFL players across the line.
Exactly.
speaking of, has a rough schedule in the SEC this year. Usually in the past, we've seen Georgia have cakewalks, but we've seen in the last couple of years, they've schedules been gotten tougher. So they have Tennessee third week of the season on the road. It's never an easy place, but it's 100,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
They have Alabama at home. Alabama's had Kirby Smart's number for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting.
When they playing them? Early in the season?
Yep, September 27th.
Oof.
Then they play at Auburn a couple weeks later. Georgia and Auburn's always going to be competitive. They battle for recruits. And then they play Ole Miss, and then Florida back-to-back weeks.
Damn.
And then they have a road game at Mississippi State. That's never an easy place to play on the road. And then
Georgia.
Home.
Oh, they got a gauntlet.
Yeah, they do, bro.
And then they end the season with Georgia Tech.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's why I was saying earlier when it comes to like how the Big Ten scheduling their schedules out versus the SEC, it's like Georgia would get the benefit of the doubt if they only lose like one or two games of that stretch versus if like someone from the Big Ten, they lose like two games during the middle of their whole season. It's just because that quality of competition is to the committee is going to be different, especially if the teams that Georgia are playing are like one or two lost teams before they take an L. So it's going to be interesting. We know how when it comes to the committee, the criteria changes every year. So we just got to pay attention when that first playoff poll comes out, how they doing the rankings and everything, because that's when we're going to see like, okay, what's the strength of schedule compared to this one team? Which matchup can one team afford to lose versus the other? We're just going to be saying stuff like that, especially when it gets time to these conference championship games.
Yes, sir. The BT. Let's talk about LSU because this schedule might be the most brutal in all the SEC outside of Florida. Yeah. Florida and LSU probably have the toughest schedules in the SEC. LSU at Clemson, then they play Florida week 3 at home. Then they play at Ole Miss. They play South Carolina at home.
Yep.
They play Texas A&M at home, and then they go to Alabama 2 weeks later. And then they finish the year at Oklahoma.
Fuck y'all got going on there.
Hey, that's why BT just trying to smile through it all. He's like, man, y'all talking about these teams. Honestly, y'all don't know what you.
Honestly, bro, like it's a tough schedule, bro. It really is. But honestly, bro, the team that really, really scares me the most, and it's crazy I'm about to say this, is South Carolina, because they almost beat LSU last year, and Sellers got hurt. If Sellers stay in that game, LSU loses that game. Clemson, I mean, they going on the road to Clemson. They got their quarterback back, their defense. But Clemson don't scare me. Florida, I'm never worried about them niggas. And they got to come to LSU. I'm never worried about Florida. Ole Miss on the road, it's gonna be a tough little game. But man, fuck that nigga. That coach.
I got negative in here.
Alabama on the road, that's always a tough game. But,
of course.
Yeah, it's a tough little schedule, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. It is, but we don't duck no smoke, bro. So
it is what it is. When we was having that early when we was having that early concert, LSU is not one of those teams that duck it. LSU's always playing the quality opponent for like the last 10 years now out of the gate. Yep. Y'all set up home and away, or go to neutral sites every beginning of the season. So I respect what y'all program be doing, because that's how you get to. That's how you really evaluate your team and see where you can improve on, see where you who needs to be getting more playing time, stuff like that, and see how the season goes. You got to play good competition.
Facts, and it's always like it's cool to schedule a cupcake the first game, but at the same time, like you want to see where you at. You want to see who you measure up with. You want to go against the best. You want to get a top 15, top 25 opponent, just so you can measure yourself, man.
Honestly, y'all win that game, that's going to give y'all a number momentum just to start the season.
If LSU win the first game, they're going to the playoffs. If they lose the first game, it's going to get a little bit dicey. You know what I'm saying? My only concern with this LSU team, I got one concern, and it's the offensive line. We lost 4 starters to the NFL draft. You know what I'm saying? So we got one starter back. Huh?
You don't trust BK?
I trust the
player. That's another one whose seat warming up.
Yeah.
Coach
number 2.
Yeah. I trust the players. I mean, Brian Kelly, he a good like technical coach, but like I think motivating coach, I'm not sure about that. But like the technical wise, you know what I'm saying, the making sure you stay on your G, he a good coach with that. But the motivational style, I don't really get that from him.
Why can't y'all
So
win opening games, bro? What is it about
I
week
don't
one
know,
games,
bro.
man,
That's
and
what I'm
Brian
saying,
Kelly,
bro.
bro?
He don't. It's before him. Like Coach O lost the 2 games before that too. But that's what I'm saying, bro. He don't motivate them niggas to come out. Like this off season has been different though. Like they've been on a singular focus. Clemson, Clemson, Clemson. That's been a singular
Mhm.
focus. So hopefully, them seeing Clemson all over the locker room, Clemson in on the football stadium, it'll change some things up for them. So they did change up a couple of things in the off season. So we'll see. And this is the best team that Brian Kelly has had. Like team, yeah, we had Jaden and Malik and Brian, but the defense was trash.
Mhm.
So that wasn't a full team. That was 3 players scoring points. And Kyron Lacey, RIP. And Kyron Lacey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's all that 23 team was. There's 4 niggas pretty much scoring all the points. The defense was giving up 50 points in 4 quarters. So that wasn't a team. This is the most complete team we have had since 2019. So it's no
Mhm.
excuses, man. Like none. He got to get it done this year. It's playoff for bust.
I feel
That's
I
where
it.
I'm
feel it.
at. That's where a lot of LSU fans at. They getting tired of this nigga too. So if they don't go to the playoff this year, mm,
Hey, BT, if I could look
what's
ahead
happening?
real quick, because now we just thinking about your strength of schedule, your QB has a chance to kind of raise his stock in this upcoming NFL draft with his play. So, like, if we just take listen, and for wherever if you can even add ours to this conversation, not despite what the media is talking about, despite what his granddad's talking about, whatever, like,
Who? Bill
where
Kennedy?
do yeah. Hey, chill, Corey. We trying to get shadow banned, dog. But where you feel like Greg is? Where you feel like Greg is in the country in the pecking order when it comes to like QBs out here?
Man, you know how I feel about my dog Nuss. He number one. But
Hmm.
I seen a mock draft today that had like 6 quarterbacks going before him. They had the Penn
Hmm.
State quarterback,
Mm.
they had Clemson quarterback, they had South Carolina quarterback, they had the Texas quarterback, and who else they had? They had somebody else. And they had like 5 quarterbacks going before Nuss. Forgot who it
I
was.
just
I know them 4 off the top.
I just gotta see it because none of the QBs have shown to me yet that they're really gonna be like that, and that's just my honest opinion. I mean, it's just on par, and damn near probably even worse than last year's draft class. So they really everybody really got to show me something. But I do have like I really feel like your QB can actually do something because he showed me with some of his play style last year. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping with like
yeah,
like like you said like a better team where he don't feel like because the last 2 3 QBs I have it felt like it's 35 minimum. We got put 35 because the defense was just going to do its
Yeah.
job. So that's a
yeah,
lot of pressure for a QB. Now, if I feel like my QB can get some turnovers, get some stops, now I feel like I could play more free. I could play more freely and not think about like every possession we get the football, we gotta make it count. So
Yeah.
yeah. And one more thing about Nuss, bro. Like he threw for 4,000 yards last year, threw for 29 touchdowns. What people don't understand, we had no running game, bro. Like
mm-mm.
we had zero. The offense was Nuss or bust. Period. And people getting mad at him for taking chances. He had to take chances. The nigga was running for his life. He had no running game. He had to take chances. You know what I'm saying?
Down there, ain't you, BT?
Hey, we trying, bro. We trying. That's
Y'all
gonna
be
be
all over
another
the
first
field,
rounder.
man.
Mm-hmm. We trying. So
No.
yeah, I think that's gonna be nice with it this year. The running game should be a little bit better. Caden Durham is a sophomore. He was hurt last year. He still rushed for like 700, but he should be better. We got some weapons around us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should definitely be a better year this year. If the offensive line hold up, they should be straight. That's all. They gotta hold up though.
And I guess one last question before we move out the SEC real quick. Who you think would be like that surprise team people should like focus in on because they might not be talked about a lot, but they do got a little bit of talent right there that people are looking over.
In the SEC,
Yeah.
South Carolina. They ranked number what? They ranked number 13, but at the same time, they ain't really getting no love like that.
Man, when they gonna get my boy the tight end to get off, man? Something going on. Something going on. Something going on down there. I don't know what's going on, man.
That's what I'm saying. They got Nick Harbor down there, bro. That nigga's a monster. So yeah, I think this is gonna be his year though. He can go off every game except against LSU on the 13th. I think no, when they play LSU. They play in October, but anyway, he can go off every game except that game.
Because look, I know my people on college football know, man. Nick Harbor a cheat code. He's the first person people try to go in the transfer portal and steal from South Carolina.
when I was doing the Road to Glory last year, I was playing quarterback. Nigga, I transferred to South Carolina just for Nick Harbor. Every single pass I threw was to Nick Harbor. Hey, go route, bro. Go route. Bomb.
Dog. Bo Jackson and the whatchamacallit game, like they cheat codes, man. Like all you gotta do deep route. He's just going like he's beating somebody off the line, and then it's butter toast out there. It's over. Yep. Like it's hilarious.
Nigga, the first game I threw 400 yards. I promise you, 350 went to Nick Harbor, and 3 touchdowns, bro. Easy. Go route, bro. Let's go.
BT say, "Fuck it, he down there somewhere."
Facts, bro. Facts.
The old Eli Manning play.
Hey, chill out, Corey. Chill.
Hey, we seen it. We seen it in 2 Super Bowls. I'm just saying.
Man, don't get me started, though. We ain't in the NFL yet, man. Don't get me started, man. Because I take it real negative in this episode. I'll take it real negative.
But yeah, a team that's really kind of not under the radar, but nobody really talking about them. It's kind of odd because usually they would be hyped up as Bama.
I was gonna say them too, but I know they get a lot of love. But yeah, this year you're right. You're right.
This like the first time they've been outside the top 5 in a minute, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta see a window for them to climb into the top 5.
Yeah, there's a window.
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah.
They beat Georgia, which they had Georgia's number for a minute. They can beat Georgia. They have a couple games, Vanderbilt, Missouri. Mm-hmm. Missouri's not quite as good as they were last year. Then they have Tennessee at home. Now, Bama does go to South Carolina, and then they have LSU at home and then Oklahoma. But after that, they have Eastern Illinois and Auburn. So, I mean, depending on how that Georgia game goes, watch out for Bama.
And then Clemson finna lose first game anyway, so they finna fall down. So they can climb up with that. So
yeah. So now, as we move to the ACC, give me 1 second. I mean, really,
let me go over there too.
It really should be Clemson, Miami in this title game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Clemson's schedule is they have at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech's one of them teams. They're not ranked, but they give Georgia.
But you gotta respect Georgia Tech. You gotta respect Georgia Tech. They not playing. They not playing out there. They're not playing out there.
They played North Carolina. What day is that? I don't think North Carolina's going to be great.
Nah.
But I mean, we'll see what Bill Belichick can cook up. And then they have SMU at home.
Is he going to be the one cooking? Is he going to be the one cooking in there? I don't know who running UNC. Who running UNC over there, man? Y'all don't got a lot of me, man. Who running UNC over there, man?
I don't know why they made that move, man.
Y'all ain't got a lot of me, man.
Yeah, I can see Clemson losing 2 games, maybe 3 against LSU. LSU, South Carolina gonna beat them. They beat them last year, and they beat them at Clemson last year. They gotta go to South Carolina this year.
Anything Miami?
They don't play Miami.
They don't play Miami in the regular season.
Oh, I gotta see how good Florida State gonna be, because it's tricky. They go.
They're the wild card. I don't like that.
We are a wild card. I'm not very biased, but I'll say this: do I think we're gonna beat Bama week 1? No. But do I think we have a chance to compete and give Bama a scare? Absolutely, because we just don't know. We had so many guys come in and out of the portal. We lost a lot, new coaches, everything. But they sound like they're real focused down there in Tallahassee. Their quarterback's been talking. I really hope, but
he backs it up.
One quarterback that gets Alabama in trouble is a mobile quarterback, and Castellanos is mobile as well. So, I mean, Florida State's a wild card, but for me, I just want 8. Coming off of last year, I think 8 wins would be a good season for us, to be honest with you. But, Bama week 1. We play at Clemson. We have Miami at home, and then we also have some games. Who else we play? We play at NC State. We never play well in
That's a
Raleigh.
tough one. Yeah.
We never play
Yeah,
well in
still,
Raleigh, and then we play at
still,
Florida in the year. So
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, if y'all
for
get
us,
8
to be
wins,
honest with you,
bro, that's a good season.
yeah, the swing game is going to be the Miami game. It's a rivalry game. That's a swing game for us.
yeah,
If we win, we could possibly win 10 games. If we lose, I think 8 is realistic. You know what I'm saying? The game's in Tallahassee, so it'd be interesting to see how Miami, especially Carson Beck, plays in that environment. He played some tough places at Georgia, but the Miami FSU rivalry, no matter what the records are, that's just a different level of rivalry. No
yeah.
matter how good both teams are, that's going to be interesting. And the games in Tallahassee, so that's a swing game for us as well. But I mean, we are a wild card, but truthfully, we know what Clemson's going to be. I think Clemson to be in Charlotte in December, but really for Miami, it's either now or never for them to at least get to the championship
No,
game.
no, like, and trust me, when we was talking about hot seats earlier, my coach on the hot seat too, because if he don't get it done this year, I really feel like it's going to be a coaching change. And in this climate, if there's a coaching change, you might as well change the whole program because all those players he recruited, all those people he was trying to get the transfer. If the coach goes and you don't bring in somebody that's just as good or even better, everybody's going to depart. So
Mm-hmm.
this this is the type of year that honestly Miami really needs to think about their future. And it's like there's a lot of pressure on this season, in my honest opinion, because like you get a quote unquote QB transfer from Georgia. We was damn near, in my opinion, should we be in the playoffs? Yes, but again, the criteria that the the college football committee was on, I can't argue against it because I knew what the criteria was. That I knew what was going to happen. We lose later in the season rather than early. So that's why I don't argue with Miami fans saying we should be. We knew the criteria was, and we didn't handle our job. If anything, be mad at the coach for fucking that up because he should put the ball in the QB's hand. The QB that went number 1 overall in the draft, I must say.
Facts.
So I'm just saying.
Y'all was
So
shooting most of last year too. That's the crazy part about
no,
it.
I know what I honestly I felt BT's pain last year because then if Miami didn't go out there and put minimum 35 points, we was going to take an L. Cam Ward was the difference for that team last year.
Yeah.
Cam Ward was the difference for that team last year because if we had any other quarterback, I don't even think we barely get bowl eligible because Cam won a lot of those games because of his talent and because of that offense, especially in crunch time. So he's the reason why we even had a better record than we should have. But this year, I'm hearing the defense should be better. And honestly, the way the defense played last year, you can only go up. I hope so. You can only go up from there. So that's really more of my main concern, other than Carson Beck being the new QB, because I feel like Miami's always going to put athletes out there on the perimeter and in the backfield, so like that. So I'm not worried about like wide receiver or running back talent. But I'm really more concerned like if that D line going to step up or the DB's going to come back and step up, because that was really like we was getting thrown over the top, and I'm not used to that as a Miami fan. So, well, I'm hoping that defense got shaped up. If not, this might be a tricky season because Miami has the potential to be real good or have a real disappointing year.
Yeah, and I give Miami credit for Notre Dame and Florida in the non-conference.
And that's why Alabama's going to move up.
ACC.
And that's why Alabama's going to move up. Cause fuck Notre Dame. We going, fuck no. That Sunday in the game, we in there. And this is why, like, this season more than anything, it's like because we play a lot of ops this year. So, Cristobal, go ahead and bullshit. Please go ahead and bullshit. You lose that if you lose this Notre Dame game and then lose that Florida State game, he's not playing by Sunday before NFL kickoff. You get a pick slip. I promise you that. He better not. I promise you that. I wish Brad was here because Brad would probably agree too.
Yeah, watch out for that Louisville game too. Y'all play Louisville. Louisville for some reason.
They're a tricky team. Like basketball and football, they just have like random ass athletes that you just gotta like. They would go to like the ghetto creek hood backyard high school and find like a Bama that should have been like a 5-star, but he don't play at IMG Academy. like I'm trying to tell you something.
And there's one thing I will say about your schedule. The back end is tough because you got to play at Blacksburg, where they're going to be looking for revenge,
Yep, at the
and
last year.
then
Yep.
at Pitt. And for some reason, when Miami has to go on the road at the end of the season, we saw that year that y'all were undefeated. And, was it Pitt? Y'all lost
No,
at
it was Pitt. It was Pitt.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same story. We have a great season, but on the road to Pitt, on the road to Syracuse, like on the road to Georgia Tech, like it'd be like, oh yeah, they should win because they're the number 4 team in the country. Man, that November going into December game, those James be so sketchy. It'd be so sketchy.
Yeah, man. No, I was just gonna say earlier too. I give us and you guys credit for going out in the non-conference, and even Clemson. Going out scheduling teams like LSU, Notre Dame, Florida, Alabama. One thing I took away from the ACC media day, and it's true. The ACC, as much as they get a bad rep, they schedule a tough non-conference schedule for sure.
And I think it's because like people are just seeing the ACC just decrease in like how people rate them over the years. So they have to put themselves out there to play these tough opponents in the beginning of the season just so they can get that respect. So just in case they do have like an early hiccup, it's like, oh, they lost to, like you said, Louisville, or they lost to Duke, who has a good transfer QB that came in. But these guys beat number 5, number 6 Notre Dame. You feel me? Like, or Florida State beat number 8 Alabama, something like that. We ain't gonna worry about Clemson beating LSU because fuck Clemson. Fuck them niggas,
You know
man.
how I feel about them niggas, man. Fuck them niggas.
I would say we might not align on a lot of things, but when it comes to teams like Clemson and Florida, we pretty much there. We pretty much there. we pretty much there.
Yeah, man. The rest of the ACC, I mean, SMU's ranked. They're solid. We'll see what happens. Coming off of last season, and then UNC gets a lot of headlines, but they're not even favored to beat TCU week 1 at home, and they're predicted to be middle of the pack. They're predicted to be like 8th in the ACC. I mean, they have a lot of turnover, so it's just hard to say.
I'm about to say, I say being in North Carolina, what's the feeling around UNC and Bill being there? Like, what's the overall like? What's their goal? Like, what's the expectations for this UNC team realistically in his first year there?
For me, it should be at least 7 wins, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you want to go far. That schedule is tough, though.
Their schedule is not that great.
No.
Okay.
They play TCU, they play Charlotte, Richmond, at UCF, and then they play Clemson at home. They play at Cal, Virginia, at Syracuse, Stanford, at Wake Forest, Duke, and NC State. They'll win 7-8 games by default because this schedule is not great. But if they lose to Duke and State at the end of the year, that's not going to be good. Bill Belichick was brought in to beat NC State. Let's be honest. They fired Matt Brown because he could not beat NC State or get the job done. It really matter. And Bill will have some grace this year, all the turnover and stuff, but you gotta beat NC State at least for this to be a successful season.
And they just lost that wide receiver too, so at NC State. So
yeah, man. But we can switch over. Colorado, they have a standalone Friday night game to kick off the season next Friday against Georgia Tech at home. What do we expect from Deion? No Shador, no Travis Hunter.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, we're taking a quick break in the episode to present an ad for Alpha Progression. If you're serious about building muscle and tired of the gimmicks, check out the Alpha Progression app. It's no BS, just science-backed training designed by real lifters and competitive bodybuilders. Alpha Progression has already been named the App of the Day by Apple twice, and it's the top-rated fitness app in Germany, now making waves worldwide. What sets this app apart? First, the intuitive workout logger. It's powerful enough for seasoned lifters, but simple enough for beginners to jump right in. Then there's the AI-powered plan generator. It customizes workouts from scratch based on your goals and equipment, with over 1,000 trillion input combinations. Quality-wise, this app has workout plans that measure up to the best personal trainers in the world. And it doesn't stop there. Their progression algorithm gives you exact weight and rep suggestions based on your performance, so you're always improving and never plateauing. And right now, we got a special deal for you guys. For you all as Assassin4 podcast listeners, get 20% off your first payment using this following link, alphaprogression.com/savsin4. That's alphaprogression.com/savsin4. SAVSIN4. Train smarter, grow stronger. Download the Alpha Progression app today.
I think this is where, in my honest opinion, we're going to see what Deion's really about. Because even when he was at Jackson State, he's always been coaching his son, and then he's always bringing in. Then he brought in Travis Hunter, so he had those like three players for 3 to 4 years, bringing them over from Jackson State to Colorado. Now it's like he has to coach someone else outside of his sons and Travis Hunter, and he had like 2 Heisman candidates on his team last year. So now it's like you got new QBs. Is the offensive line going to get better? Is the defense going to get better? You know, a lot of people are not hype about this Colorado team, even though they got some known players and they got some pretty good transfers in. But again, they did have some turnover. You know, Jimmy Horns at the Panthers, Shador's gone, Travis Hunter's gone. I think almost every wide receiver left except for like one, right? From Colorado.
Yeah, they had a lot of turnover.
So maybe that's why they're not ranked.
Yeah, they did get a transfer from Florida State, former 5-star. So they did bring him in. I know Colorado wanted him bad out of high school. He chose FSU, and then obviously with things going bad last year at FSU, but he decided to transfer. So,
do y'all feel like this is Deion's interview for like a Florida State or somewhere else that he can go back to?
Yes, because
Deion, well, I'm gonna say for Florida State, I don't know if Deion wants to come because maybe he felt spurned, but I don't. Coming from at that time, I can understand, especially coming off of Willie Taggart, why FSU was not ready to pull the trigger on Deion because he was unproven. Willie Taggart was a disaster. You know, that was like really bad. And I felt like they wanted somebody a little bit more safe, but maybe that's the time they should have took a risk. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with Mike Norvell. You want to talk about coaches on the seat? I'm not going to say he's on the hot seat, but his seat is warm. You know, he did. You know, we were 13-0. You know, we lost our quarterback. We didn't make the playoff. I think that had a cloud over our program last year because everybody's talking about being snubbed. The fan base was talking about being snubbed. And then you bring in DJU, and it was a disaster. So it'd be interesting to see how Mike Norvell bounces back because he did have a strong season before that season as well. I think going 10-3, you know, beating LSU in New Orleans, and then ended up almost getting to the championship game that season, but had a couple of injuries and then winning the ACC championship the next year. So Mike Norvell has a little bit of grace, but if things go sour this season, that seat's going to be hot. So could there possibly be an opening for Deion at FSU? I think the fans would start calling for it, but I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger yet on that. Other jobs, I really don't know what other jobs will become available. BT, can you see Deion Sanders at LSU?
Hey, yo, I'm going to say that too, bro. I'm about to say, hey, yo, and Brian K don't get the job done. Deion in New Orleans or Louisiana, bro.
That would be different.
With all them athletes in Louisiana, bro. I don't know. I can see it a little bit.
If Deion gets this team to another bowl game, because again, this is doing it without his son. This is doing it you actually going to have to build up a QB from the ground up. Like you had your son since he was in high school. So you used to a certain player, you used to a certain signal caller throughout pretty much your whole coaching career. Now you got to do this with a new QB, new wide receiver room, all this other stuff. You don't have a player that's playing both sides of the ball and Heisman winner and Travis Hunter. So this is the year that we can honestly see like a lot of the fans and the haters really being real keyed in onto the season because they're going to see it's like, all right, Deion, okay, you got your sons and Travis Hunter to lead. Okay, cool, whatever. They had talent. What can you do when you actually have to build up the talent that you recruit in coming in and bring into the transfer portal? Are you really that guy that can be? You could take Colorado to consecutive bowl games. Are you that type of coach? Because if he could do that and bring players to Colorado, imagine what he can do if he's going to California or a school in Texas or a school in Florida. Like the opportunities are there if he can get this Colorado team to look respectable. Because the players will come. He hasn't had a problem when it comes to recruiting.
Yeah, because
to Colorado.
he's gonna have the coaching staff there as well too. Because if he's bringing someone like a Warren Sapp with him and bringing in all of these former NFL players that's in a sense name only, he's gonna get a lot of kids to come.
But my only gripe with Deion is he really don't win the big games like that people be hyping about. He really don't win no big. Like he failed twice in winning the HBCU championship. When it came time when he had to play, remember they was trying to go into the Big 12 championship and they had that late loss in the season.
Yeah.
So he has had some major letdowns that people need to be aware of when it comes to Deion. So the first thing I want to see is an improved defense because it was really on Shador and Travis Hunter's shoulder to carry that team. And then I wanted to see an improved offensive line. If he improved those aspects of his team, then we can talk about possibly being the hot commodity coach that every university is looking for to bring into their program.
Well, we'll find out, how good their defense is going to be because Georgia Tech is going to test them in the trenches.
Yeah.
Watching Georgia Tech, beat us, watching the opening game and watch them compete toe-to-toe versus Georgia the last 2 years. One thing I will say about Georgia Tech, their head coach is a former offensive lineman. They're going to be sound in the trenches. So we'll find out how much Colorado's improved on that aspect on the offensive line and defensive line versus Georgia Tech. Not this Friday, but next Friday. So that'll be interesting to see. And then let me see if I can find Colorado's schedule because I know they're not. Hold on 1 second.
Kansas State probably.
Kansas State.
Kansas State, yeah, one of those teams. Yep.
Yep.
And they play each other. Iowa State and Kansas State play each other this Saturday, so that'll be interesting. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to pull up their schedule. Yeah, the Big 12 ain't really much to really talk about in the Big 12.
Yeah, so, Utah fell off.
Arizona State's probably the favorite. They're 11.
I hope that QB finally left Utah, man. It's time to get that shit up, man.
He retired. He gone.
Okay, bro. Nah, man. That man older than like Joe Burrow, bro. He's still in college. Get the fuck out of here, son. Come on.
So I'm looking at the schedule. So they play Georgia Tech at Houston. Houston's okay, but they ain't whatever. BYU at home. Now, BYU is another team that's physical. They might not be talented, but they're going to be physical. Let's see, they play at TCU. They play Iowa State at home. They play Arizona State at home. And then at Kansas State to end the season. So a lot of their tougher games are at home. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But I just don't know what to expect with this Colorado team, to be honest with you.
No, they just know what it's because this is the first time we see Deion in new charter territory. His son's not there anymore, and his son was good QB, and then he had Travis Hunter to kind of bail him out. So he had two great players to bail him out. Now, do you have those two same caliber players on your offense again to do the same thing? We don't know yet because we just haven't seen you coach anybody else outside of your son at this QB position. So it's just going to be real interesting to see how all this is going to go. But, I'm rooting for him. Like, I hope he does well. I know there's a lot of people that's still hoping to see him fail and everything. They still attacking him and everything. But, we guys just settle things on the lines and not on the internet. You feel me?
National championship predictions, anyone?
The playoff format changed this year, right? Like they're doing straight 1 through, what is it, 12?
Yeah, they're not doing like the conference champions, like top 4 seeds, I believe. So I think it's going to be like ranked teams, based on where they're ranked, not highest ranked conference champion.
Yeah, Yeah, it kind of screwed up the whole bracket last year, in my opinion.
Ohio State being an 8 seed is ridiculous.
And they had the easiest damn. Well, after one game,
They
it was
really
like,
did.
No,
Yeah,
Penn State
after
had
the
the
first,
easiest path, and
oh
they
yeah,
were a
yeah,
6 seed. They
trash.
played SMU, Boise State, had a cakewalk, and then choked with Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm. Like
Yeah,
seeing Notre Dame in the championship, I was like, man, this is gonna get bad.
nasty work.
And I was like, I hate it for the black man, but I was like, y'all know y'all niggas that shouldn't be here, bruh.
Bro, I can't stand Ohio State, bro. But if Notre Dame would have won that, LSU fans would not have heard the end of that, bro. So,
Man.
I needed the niggas to lose, bro. I needed the niggas to lose.
Hey, look, man, it's hey, man, we all got different agendas sometimes, man. I understand, bruh. I definitely understand, bruh.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hated both teams, man. If it was up to me, man, there wouldn't be a game.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
But I mean, Notre Dame, real quick, they play at Miami, they play Texas A&M off the bat. But after that, they play at Arkansas, and then their schedule after that, I mean, is really Boise State and a bunch of mediocre teams. So I expect Notre Dame to be in the playoff again, unfortunately. So this schedule after their first two games is kind of,
Yeah, they can catch the L and still get in for sure. Yeah, they definitely gonna get in.
Just start 0-1. That's all I know.
They got
is there a team that
They got money. Yeah.
So they might catch 2 L's then. Because I think A&M gonna beat them.
They know they're getting one early. I know that. Shit. We can start that right
is
now.
there a team or coach that needs to win a natty or it's under pressure? Last year was Ryan Day. Is there a coach out there that needs a natty? I mean, of course, James Franklin, that's an obvious choice, but outside of James Franklin, I mean,
I think it's Kelly.
It's time.
Brian Kelly.
yeah.
I think it's
they got
Kelly. I
the
think it's
booster.
Brian Kelly. I think it's Brian Kelly now.
Because look
Over
at how
Sark?
fast they got rid of Coach O.
Well, Coach O was wilding.
Coach O was
Coach O was wilding, son.
Yo,
We can talk about Bill all we want, but Coach O was really wilding, son.
But he got his natty though. He got his natty.
Yo, I never seen this happen before, bro. Like a month after the natty, the nigga got a divorce. I'm like, bro, he was trying to go outside, trying to use this to my advantage. 2 months later, he in the bed with the chick showing pictures and stuff. I'm like, yo, is a wildin', son. Running outside with his shirt off. I'm like, yo, wildin', bro.
Urban Meyer walks up, Coach O can run.
This is when I knew. I said, it's about to get ugly for LSU, bro. Because O didn't care no more.
He came when he was supposed to do.
Oh, man. Good times, though. Good times in 2019. Good times for you.
I mean, I agree, Brian Kelly just want to see, but I mean, Sark, you were in the semifinals. You were in the 14 CFP the year before.
Oh yeah.
I see what you're saying. Them
Yeah.
Texas fans gonna get
Yeah,
don't wear the money around.
Cause Texas ain't won in a minute, so they ain't won since Vince Young. So shit, man.
I think they're gonna get him an extra year because Arch already said it. Well, Archie said that Arch gonna be there for another year. I ain't gonna call him Joe, but he said he's gonna be there for another year. So I think they're gonna he got a 2-year window.
Yeah, but I mean, Texas, like, they've been knocking on the door. Like I said, they've been in the playoff the last couple of years.
Yeah.
They've been to the semifinals last year. They really, I think Sark, it's time for him to break through. LSU, Brian Kelly, I agree, probably be next on my list, but Texas has really been right there. They have all the money, they have all the resources, they have everything you need for a football program to succeed, but they haven't got it done yet.
Yeah.
And you got to capitalize now with Arch Manning.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got one thing to say about Stark. I don't fuck with him at all, bro. Fuck him. But shout out to his wife. His wife is the Aggie. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? But now, fuck your husband, though.
Hey, yo.
Cook BT.
I'm just keeping it a band, bro. I don't fuck with a lot of these coaches, bro. He one of them all life.
Fuck
so,
him.
Yeah.
That's what I love, man.
But shout out to his wife, though. Aggie pride all day. Facts.
College football, where we get negative, man. I don't like a lot of y'all programs to be keeping the band, bro.
I don't, bro.
I keep it a whole band. Here we go. Here we go.
That's number one.
Let's
That's
go.
number one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Football Joe Osteen. And me, they talking about some Clemson whatever mentorship program for 15 minutes instead of answering questions. You bum ass nigga, bro.
T, why he lied to us, man? That man said we
He's
gotta
supposed
pay
to be
players. He
retired.
retired. Why he
He's supposed to
lied?
be retired.
Why he lied?
He gonna lie in front of the Lord like that? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Hey man, LSU, please do it, bro. Please, please.
Man, we all know who the real Tigers are, man. Just go ahead and just go ahead and show the world y'all clean that joint, man.
Please, bro, because if Clemson wins week 1, bro, they're gonna be unbearable.
They are, but the best thing about that, they're not gonna win, so we good.
Talk that shit, BT.
We good, yo. I'm confident. I got confidence in LSU gonna win this game.
Sorry. Oh yeah. Last but not least, fuck that team in Gainesville.
It's always fuck them. Always.
Shout out Ant though, but yeah, fuck your squad, bro. You know what it is.
Your QB's not all that, son.
Yeah, Lagway, bro. Man, he another Anthony Richardson, bro.
I can't give him that, but I get what you're saying, though.
Corey, what I say? What I say? We're gonna talk about it next week. But what I say? What I say? What I say? I'm gonna save it for next episode. I'm gonna say when we talk about the AFC.
I'm never gonna forget. And this is not this is NFL, but they're saying we should have drafted Anthony Richardson, but that's a story for a different day.
Oh, but
yeah, they were actually
down that hill. He said he's going down that hill. That's where he need to be. He need to get on that hill.
They were actually Panther fans calling for Richardson, bro. This goes to show you how remedial this fan base is, bro.
What?
Bottom 5 fan base, bro. We're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about the NFC, bro.
But we could talk about at least on Cowboys. We watch Florida games. We watch them joints.
Yes.
And there ain't nothing that popped off that screen that I was like, oh, Anthony Richardson's gonna be like that. I was like, all right, bro. Y'all fell in love because he was throwing bombs at combine with no pass and people rushing him. I was like, okay, son.
Anthony Richardson is the equivalent of he tricked y'all in hoops, bro.
Anthony Richardson is just an in-shape Jamarcus Russell. And they just fell for that jam.
Hey, at least Jamarcus Russell showed you something on the college level, though.
I'm sorry he had to catch the straight, bro. But man, everything they told me about Jamarcus was, man, he can throw that 80-yard bomb. I was like, can he throw that shit accurate, bro? Can he throw it to the receiver? So that man was out there. But I will say the lean took over. He was like that in college, but when he got the lean took over, man. I don't know. It was the early 2000s that the lean took him over, man. The lean took over, son. I hate it.
Florida Gator niggas is weird anyway, bro. I think a Kodak Black a Gators fan, bro. Fuck you, dog.
That Kodak catching the straight is wow.
Weird ass niggas, bro. Them niggas out there, bro. They don't do weed down there, man. They on that flocka, bro. They on that fent down there in Gainesville, bro.
It has the weakest documentary of all time. I'll stand on that hill.
That
10 team of Urban Meyer puff piece was crazy, bro. Knowing what they dedicated a whole series to Aaron Hernandez. They sure did. So I was like, hey, yo,
that made y'all play that shit.
Yeah, I was like, this nigga like, hey, for real, we did a team of like shit because the QB wasn't. I was like, wait a minute, y'all really? I was like, wait a minute, son.
I watched this shit.
Man, because he's like a Make-A-Wish kid, bro. Come on, bro.
Cause you know what was crazy about the whole situation? If Tebow was really that nice, why wasn't he the full-time starter his first year when he was there? Why wasn't he then? Why wasn't he? He was the 4th and 1, 3rd and 1 battling round, and the damn tight end passer. That was he had a package. He wasn't a QB. He had a package his first year. Leak was doing the work.
Yeah, they did my dog dirty, bro. And I seen Leak play in high school because he played against a Fayetteville. He played against a Fayetteville school in the state championship his sophomore year, and ate them niggas up. I was pissed.
I seen him put belts on Butler religiously.
Yes, Chris Leak was like that, son. Like Chris Leak was like that, and they disrespected that man like that. I'm nice.
It's okay. I know the real Florida Gators. They could say they did all the post game. They had criminals on that squad, not bad players. Criminals on that squad.
Like felony charges.
I'm about to say felonies too. Felonies, whole ass felonies, federal.
Hey, bro, fuck Steve Spurrier too, bro. He used to call us free shoes university. Free shoes are better than felons, bro.
Now get this shit off.
Ball coach my ass, bro. Fuck Spurrier, man.
Yeah, got negative in this joint.
Real
Yeah.
quick, I love
You know how it be. You
I
know, be
thrive on
negative.
negativity.
Nah, that's why I say it's like a lot of Miami has a lot of ops on the schedule, man. Like a lot of ops, man. Like all disrespect, but no disrespect. Fuck Florida State, fuck State University, fuck Notre Dame, fuck Florida, fuck Louisville, fuck all them niggas, bro. Like, like I got people. We play Duke this year too. Do you fuck them niggas too? Like Georgia
It's
Tech, fuck
always
y'all
fuck Duke.
niggas.
It's always
It's
fuck
like
Duke.
it's fucking it's
We got
fucking.
This is how much.
we got that
This is
same
how much.
energy.
This is how much is fuck Duke. One of my reps on my team, he has a dog, and the dog name is Duke. I tell him every day he need to change his dog's name.
Fuck that school.
You know we don't rock with them fools. But yeah, that's how I feel, man. With everybody LSU play, man. Like fuck all them niggas, bro. Clemson, South Carolina, fucking Ole
I'm
Miss, Texas Tech, bro. Alabama, fuck all them niggas.
I'm related. Duke get all them 5 stars just to lose before the chip became anyway. So you know,
Just to make it to the Elite Eight. Just to make it to the Elite Eight.
My bad. Raw sport, run sport. I was just trying to get that bar off.
Oh man. They hang banners for recruiting classes though. But that's what they said they do.
Oh, that's where they win the season, right?
Yeah,
that's when the
what they say
season
they
won,
do.
right?
Yeah, they're hanging them banners for the #1 recruiting classes. You know.
Shout out Kevin
Shout out
Sampson,
y'all.
bro.
Shout out y'all.
Shout out Kevin Sampson, bro.
Yes.
It's crazy. The same shit taught the same shit taught that gave the Calipari, but look where y'all team is at now. Funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
Funny to me. But my bad. I veer off on a whole different sport. My bad, y'all. My bad, y'all.
Man, fuck
My
Penn
shit.
State,
My
Penn State,
bad.
fuck
My
niggas.
bad. My bad.
Yeah.
You know, I left my Merlin game in the other room, but shit, let me put my Big Ten hat on. Fuck Ohio State. Fuck
Yeah.
Michigan. Fuck Penn State. Fuck Michigan State. Fuck Nebraska. Fuck Iowa. Who else in that joint?
Hey. Fat, heavy breathing bastard. I ain't forgot. Cold cut.
Hey, I might get banned for saying this, bro. But didn't Epstein go to Penn State, bro?
I know who was at Penn State. What's his name? Sadusky?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We ain't forgot.
He had the little boys in hell, man. Yeah. That was
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yo.
I got off track.
Just
That's
remember
some
that
sad
fucking
stuff, bro.
recording.
That's some sad stuff, bro.
I remember the fucking recording.
Yo. My man's went to the wrong practice. He shouldn't be at the Browns practice. He should be at Penn State right now, man. He gotta make sure they good over there, dog. we gotta say my girl over there from SUU over there, dog. We gotta make sure everything's straight over there, man. Oh nah. Hey, yo, y'all wildin', son. Nah, I got real negative in here, but fuck Penn State for real, man. Number 2, y'all. Number 2 in the country. Okay, y'all got to show me number 2. Y'all got to show me that. Y'all got to show me number 2 in the country, cause I don't see it.
They do.
I don't see it.
Nah. So now when you talking about all the negativity, one of my OGs on TikTok, this nigga be like, he from the Ville. He always be like, yo, start his TikTok off. Ain't nothing positive coming out this bitch. It's all negative. Shut up, my nigga Steve, bro. Shut up, my nigga Steve. My OG from the 910.
We thrive off negativity.
Ain't nothing positive coming out.
Oh, bullshit.
We got excited when it got negative.
Yep.
Oh, it got real negative in here. I like it.
Yep.
But nah, man. Anything else we need to discuss, man? I think we cover a lot of good stuff, man. You know, it should definitely be another interesting college football season. Since we're gonna be covering the NFL next episode, any college prospects that outside like the QBs that people should be aware of to kind of look at, like Heisman watch, high draft pick, who's going to be the best DB, best running back. That's the best sort. Anybody we should be looking out for?
Well, the best player in college football is a sophomore, so he can't come out.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bruh. I don't know. I gotta really think about that. Like the best college prospect.
It's looking like one of those years where everybody's waiting for next year's class more than this year.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll tell something.
They got the potential quarterbacks, but I will say the most intriguing player prospect is Sellers from South Carolina. Because if he do ball like I think he gonna ball, he can shoot up the draft board. He's the most intriguing player to me.
This my hot take, and it might not be. I think the number one pick in next year's draft is going to be a defensive player because it's been QBs the last few drafts. I think we're going to get a defensive player unless somebody trades up.
Oh, speaking of defensive player, it's one Ohio State Caleb Downs. He going top 5. That's safety. Because he can pretty much do everything on the field, bro, as a safety.
Yeah.
So y'all can see him definitely going top 5.
Okay.
He probably like the best overall prospect to me is probably Caleb Downs.
Okay.
I don't care who go first overall. I just know what team I don't want to have the first overall pick.
Facts. Just win enough games. Win enough not to get the number 1 pick.
I pray on their downfall more than I pray on my team's success.
We're gonna say this for next episode. We're gonna say that for next episode for sure.
Facts.
Before we leave, man. We always kind of in the middle of a team, but I feel like Maryland's due for a bounce back year. We got a nice freshman quarterback from the area on the team. I don't know if he's going to start yet, but I'm hearing good things for him out of camp, so we don't look out for him. And we got some. Of course, we're going to have some NFL type talent on the wide receiver position and the defensive line and DB. So be on the lookout for Maryland. But before I end this episode, I know we talked a lot about college football, but I gotta just give a shout out to my boy John Wall. Announced his retirement yesterday. That was my point guard, man. Like, for people that don't know the story, cause I told this to the boys several times. Like, of all the places, but if you know John Wall, it makes sense. The first time I met John Wall was actually during G-Ho. He was just chilling in the dorm with one of his homeboys. And, G-Ho around October, the season just around the corner. I came in, I ain't gonna lie, I was lit. Me and my boy Javon, we was lit. Javon was like, yo, John Wall over there. I was like, hey, John Wall, I was like, hey, man, respect to you coming to the Wizards, man. Do work for the city. He's like, I got you. And boy, dapped him up, went away. Went away.
What year he got drafted?
2010.
So the summer before he got drafted, right? This nigga was on A&T campus, bro, in the student union, just chilling. I think it was me, Kev, and somebody else who was in the student union. I looked to my left, I'm like, nah, that ain't that nigga, bro. Then I looked again, I'm like, bro, that's John Wall over there, son. Just chilling in the cap. I'm just chilling in the student center, bro, right before he got drafted, bro.
Just down to earth, man. Cool dude.
Earth, bro.
Like, John was really just one of those people. If you met him in person, he's not one of those like standoffish. Like, you just gotta be cool. You can't be like over the top. That's the only thing he probably didn't like. You can't be no over the top like fanboy ass motherfucker. He's chill. Like, he respect you, and I must say one of the best people to link up with in the club ever, man. One of the best to ever do it, man.
What's the rule, Dre?
Hey, my favorite rule, man. Game at 7, roast bar by 11, baby.
Hoop State legend right there, man.
Yeah, I remember John Wall, my freshman year at A&T, my homeboy, one of my old teammates was senior in high school. And he's like, yeah, bro, we're playing the number 1 player in the country. And like he pointed at him, and John Wall was there. Literally like 30 seconds to the game, I already knew why he was number 1 in the country. He was the fastest dude on the high school level that I've seen in person. Shout out to John Wall, NC legend.
Facts.
Do work over there at Amazon.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely gonna bring the content, man. He did a lot of good work on the court and off the court for the area. So, John Wall has a lot of love from this area, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for everything you did for DC and the DMV area, man. Truly a hoop legend in this area as well, man. We're always going to show love to John Wall, man.
And one last thing before we wrap this up, since we're talking about hoops, fuck Adam Silver.
Hey!
You never can go up high without saying that. He always gonna keep it straight, man.
11 p.m. start up for NBC games, bro. What are we doing, bro?
Diabolical.
So that's gonna be every game. That's every NBC game.
Every Tuesday. But here's the kicker. So they didn't So they have a 7:30 game or East Coast game on NBC, right, at 8
Yeah.
o'clock. But then to watch the West Coast game, you have to watch it on Peacock because they only want to show it on NBC on the West Coast. What type of shit is that, bro?
Wow.
So not only you guys say, well, you gotta have Peacock to watch the West Coast game on Tuesdays.
Man.
That's
Hey,
y'all
man.
commissioner, bro.
Yeah, who's y'all?
No, I'm talking about these niggas out here. You know,
Bring his picture out whenever they got to do CBA negotiations.
Cause let me tell you something. My commissioner would ain't no way in hell my commissioner would have NFL games on Christmas. I tell you that. Ain't no way in hell.
Goodell would have backed the fuck up.
The white vans would have been rolled out like a goddamn Tonka truck, boy. Corey, I'm trying to tell you. Do you think it was some goddamn Fast and Furious the way those white vans was about to pull up on everybody from Stern, son?
Stern really told the FBI agent, "Hey, you should come and work for me."
Crook. Straight up crook.
In the middle of an investigation.
You give a damn.
A real commissioner, bro.
Get shit done.
But yeah, man. And anybody else, any final shout outs before we wrap this up?
Man, I'm gonna say shout out to you, bro, for playing a good trip, bro. Hey, follow my man, 3 Stats Global Travel, bro. I had us right down there in Rio de Janeiro. Everything was smooth, everything was planned out well. Giving your business a shout out, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. If y'all don't know, I do some traveling on the side, man. I could hook up y'all trips, man. I can make sure I can get to y'all conferences, get to y'all vacation. Hell, I don't care. You might even want to meet up with your sneaky link, man. That ain't my business. I'm just here to get you to your destination, man. Try to make sure you have a good planned out trip. So, man, if you're looking for something to do, you need to go explore, you're adventurous, look out for me. 3 Stats Global Travel, man. I'm out here, bro. It's only up from here. Appreciate y'all. And again, follow that content on our pages from that Brazil trip, man. Saw a lot of good stuff out there, man. The people were cool. The culture was live. Great times, man. Great times.
Yep.
And shoot, appreciate that. But with that, man, look, man, as always, we appreciate y'all. If they was here, he'd be like, "Hey, man, subscribe to the pod, hit that like button, and y'all, leave some comments, man. Yeah, if y'all got something against what we've been saying, especially if we didn't mention one of your college football teams, they probably some bullshit anyway. Say that in the comment. We make sure we mention it. Hey, if you want to come up here and discuss anything, hey, just let us know. We ain't ducking no smoke from nobody, bro. Just don't be on no weird shit. You feel me?
All right, it's facts.
So, hey, man.
As long as you show respect, we give you respect. If not, it can go the other way too. But we good.
Yeah, BT.
We good, though.
Hey,
I'm chilling.
get sticky with the blicky.
Nah, if I hear BT in the middle of a debate say, "What y'all trying to do?" I say, "Oh, shit, here we go."
We can't let him go out like this. We got a couple more weeks. And man got to walk down the aisle.
Hey, chill. But not for real, man. We always trying to engage the audience, man. Hey, we always here to learn. We always here to debate. Good discussion, man. We may be passionate, but we going to be respectful. So, man, just be on the lookout for us, man. We out here, dog. And with that, shout out to my boy C-Note. Shout out to 910 Finds, my boy BT. Then, of course, we got the biggest goddamn plug in Charlotte, man. Shout out to my boy T. This is Assassin 4, and we out. And fuck Florida State one time again. And Clemson. Bum ass niggas.
Fuck Clemson. We'll see y'all next week.